20 to 30 miles an hour, currently gusting at 25 in South Bend. So we've got the breezy conditions factored in with the cool temperatures. So that means we're talking wind chills. More on that coming up in about 10 minutes. But we've got a freeze warning for pretty much everyone tonight. Now, Berrien County is excluded from this, but really, unless you're right up against Lake Michigan, you will see freeze conditions tonight. Temperatures down between 28 and 33 area wide. Bring plants indoors if you do not want them to be killed. This will be a widespread killing freeze and frost for most. So clearly, it feels like fall outside, but it really doesn't look like it quite yet. I'm going to send it out to ABC 57 First Warning Neighborhood Chief Meteorologist Tom Coombs, who is live at Potawatomi Park in South Bend with an update on when we could see those fall colors changing. Tom?
Yeah, it's a visual impact that we see or really don't see right now. I'm live here at Potawatomi Park in South Bend where there are some trees. They're mostly green right now, but we're starting to see that change, and a change that happens later and later. And they don't look at the calendar. Trees don't. It's actually based off of temperatures. And what I want to show you here is our last 80-degree day. This is the trend that's happening later and later. We just had that last week, our last 80-degree day likely for this season. In the past two seasons, they've been coming much later than normal. In fact, in some instances, more than a week or more into the month of October. And we've seen a shift since 1950 to since 2000. That average has shifted 2 days, and that's significant given the most recent trend. But it's not the warm weather, it's the cold weather that prompts the trees to drop the leaves. And so look at our first frost, or that trend. That's even more significant when you look at the most recent trend the past couple of years has been pushing 2 weeks later than normal. That is a big significance. Now, we had our 36 degree on Saturday, and we're likely to have a freeze tonight, so that will help to speed up our process just a little bit. But coming up at 5:30, we're going to look at an update on that fall leaf color. And coming up at 6, I've got to look ahead at bigger impacts that are happening from these later leaves and leaf collection. All that coming up during our 90 minutes of news. Reporting live in South Bend, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tom Coombs. Yeah, Tyler, typically by this time of year, we're often seeing close to our peak in fall color, but I'm out here live, and there's still a lot of green on these trees. What I want you to say is take a look at this updated fall forecast as far as the leaf colors go. What we're seeing is right now still kind of patchy, but by the end of this week into early next week, we're likely to be more partial, especially because of the freeze happens tonight. That's going to kind of kick the trees into gear and to start changing those colors. We'll go from partial on to peak likely by the end of next week into next weekend, and we'll be in peak through Halloween. Now, peak lasts for at least a week or so. It can be longer, but it really depends on wind and rain when it knocks those leaves off. But by the middle of the month, we're expecting those trees to be bare. And just in time, starting today, if you would like leaf pickup and you live in the city of South Bend, you can schedule that pickup by calling 311.